Alright, so today's video is going to be food choice fitness, and we're going to be going to do stuff, activity called this or that. We're going to talk about making good choices with your food choices, the effects that it could have on your body as you grow and get older, and then we will see how much your body has to work in order to get rid of certain food choices. That won't be exact, but you will have an idea. If it is a poor food choice, you will see how your body has to react compared to a good food choice. We'll also talk about what those foods do once you eat them. All right, what you see here is the My Plate. This is your recommended ideal what your plate should look like with your meals. You will see 5 different categories on here. Dairy, which is like milk. Yes, chocolate milk is good, but you shouldn't drink chocolate milk all the time. It has a lot of sugar in it. Same with strawberry milk. Uh, I personally don't drink that much milk. Occasionally I'll have a glass, but if I do use milk, I'm using almond milk. Um, that would be a good substitute for regular milk. You will also see fruits. A couple common fruits are apples, bananas, strawberries, watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe, all of those. You want about a quarter of your plate to be fruits or a quarter of your meal. Vegetables, again, some common ones are string beans, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, all of that. You want about half your plate to be, well, this says a quarter. Me personally, I would rather have a half a plate of vegetables than fruits. I'll explain that in a little bit as well. You will see grains. Healthy grains could be quinoa, rice, more specifically brown rice, jasmine rice, which is a natural white rice. You want to stay away from the white rice that has been like dyed. So if you do want white rice, ask your parents to get you jasmine rice or basmati rice. And then your protein source. Protein can be a lot of different things. Certain beans have a lot of protein in them. Meat, poultry is a very good lean protein. By what I mean lean, doesn't have a lot of fat. Poultry is your chicken and your turkey. You want to try to stay away from those foods fried. Fried chicken is very delicious, but in large amounts, it can be very bad for you. It could cause high cholesterol, which could lead to heart issues. Other proteins are your red meats. Red meat you want to eat sparingly. Again, it's high in cholesterol, so it could lead to health issues as you get older. Fish is a great lean protein as well. My personal favorite is salmon or tuna, but there are plenty of fish. There's whitefish, tilapia, flounder, halibut. There's your salmon, your tuna, and seafood in general, your shrimp, crab cakes, all that. So ideally, when I make a plate and I'm monitoring what I eat, I like to do about a quarter of it protein. So I got my protein source. Usually it's chicken or fish. Sometimes it is the red meat. Your grains or your starchy component, which could be the rice I was talking about. Also, these could be like potatoes. I like sweet potatoes. Um, Me being a diabetic, I have to watch a little bit more of what I eat because a potato has a high glycemic index, which means when I eat it, it affects my blood sugar. It shoots it up really fast. My body can't produce enough insulin to break down the carbohydrates I take in, that sugar component, and it can't break it down into energy like a lot of people's bodies can. So I try to eat, things that are going to shoot my sugar up a little bit slower to give my body and my insulin pump a little bit more time. And I also, instead of having to have fruits, I usually try to do a half plate of vegetables. Um, they're great carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are used by your body for energy. So when you hear the word carbohydrate, it's not a bad thing. It is a energy source for your body, just like fats. Um, but like anything, you got to do it in moderation. You don't want to go excess. If you eat an excess amount of carbohydrates and fat to the point where your body can't use it as energy, it's going to store them on your body, and that's when you start seeing, weight gain. You all, as third, fourth, and fifth graders, gaining weight is completely fine, but later in life, that's when you start to really notice it once your body is done growing up. If you eat an excess amount of energy, too many calories where you're not burning more than you're taking in, you're not balanced, that's when you're going to start putting on that bad weight. Um, yeah. So just to touch base on why I don't like fruits as much as vegetables, it goes back to me being a diabetic. Fruits have a lot of natural sugar in them. If you eat those in excess, again, more carbohydrates. They are considered a simple carb. All right, so our fitness component, or fitness activity, not component, for today is this or that. The way this is going to work is we're going to flash two foods on the screen. They're going to stay up there for about 30 seconds. And you're going to have to think of which food is going to be better for your health. Not which food you would rather eat, which one would be better for your health. After you pick a food, after this 30 seconds up and you have your selection, then an exercise is going to come up on the board. If you pick the right food, you will have to do less exercise as that food is more nutritious and it's not going to take as much on your body to burn it off. If you choose the food that probably could taste better, but it's not as good for you, you're going to have to do more exercise to keep that off your body. Um, so, for example, if a carrot and a cupcake are up there and you pick the cupcake because you think that's better for you, you might have to do 40 jumping jacks where you might only have to do 20 jumping jacks for the carrot. I'm not saying you have to do that 20 jumping jacks to burn off a carrot or 40 to burn off a candy bar. We're just looking at which food is better for your body and which of these choices is easier to burn off.